Now, recently on my channel, I reviewed the 3 for £3 menu at McDonald's. Really cheap burgers. Today, I'm going completely the opposite end of the scale to that, that's for sure. So where am I? I am in London, more specifically, I'm in Knightsbridge. Even more specific than that, this building you see behind me here is Harrods, which is London's probably most famous, iconic department store. And in there, Gordon Ramsay has got a burger place. Now, these burgers start from 25 quid, and the most expensive is 85 quid. Good Lord. That's some crazy money, isn't it? But we're going to go inside and see what it's all about. So come on, let's go check it out. It turns out there are restaurants on pretty much every floor of the store here actually. I don't know how many floors it goes up to. I'm on floor number 4, which is where the Gordon Ramsay Burger restaurant is. On this floor there's some women's clothing and the toy section. So, is this burger going to be Mickey Mouse? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? So I'm seated in the restaurant now. I've had a look at the menu. Pretty premium prices, aren't they? One of the burgers is 85 quid. I mean, it is a Wagyu burger, but I made some Wagyu burgers that I bought from Lidl the other day, and they were about £1 quid each. Anyway, it is what it is. You're paying partly for the Gordon Ramsay name, I guess, and partly for being in Harrods. So, what have I ordered? I've gone with the American burger, which is basically just kind of like a cheeseburger with pickles and all that sort of stuff on there. That's £25. £25 just for a burger. Fries to go with that, £9.50. We are not in Mackie D's today, are we? And talking of Mackie D's, when I was in Hungary recently, I had a coffee milkshake there, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now they have a coffee shake on the menu here too, for £12. But we're going to try it nonetheless. And a side of onion rings for a tenner. I haven't totted all that up yet. We'll do it at the end when the bill comes. It's too frightening. Just checking after my long lead experience. The cutlery does look clean. What I will say, so far, the service has been exemplary. Operating a little queuing system at the front of the store as it opened. So I was in that little queue. Asked if I had a reservation. I didn't, but they found me a table, no problem whatsoever. Left me with a menu to make my order, offered me drinks, that sort of thing. Another server has come on over and taken my order and was very, very friendly, very, very helpful. So far, really happy with it. The restaurant itself is very nice. Very kind of modern looking, quite funky, nice lighting in the ceiling, different kind of tables throughout. I'm sat on kind of like booth seating, but not in a booth. Just a little table in the corner, which suits me perfectly because I'm not going to get anybody else in shot. So that's perfect for me. So yeah, so far, so good. Let's wait and see when the food arrives. So let's talk a little bit about this £85 burger, shall we? It's called the 1849 burger for some reason. Don't know what the relevance of that is. It is actually served with truffle parmesan fries, which are £13.50 themselves. So it's only a 72 quid burger. So that apparently comes with Wagyu beef pate made out of Japanese Kobe A5 grade, pecorino cheese, a mushroom ragu, oh no, truffle porcini aioli, 12-year balsamic vinegar and some watercress. So if that floats your boat, just 85 quid. So the American burger I've gone for, that's a beef patty with American cheese, tomato, pickles, red onion, burger relish and some lettuce. Like I say, that's £25. There's all sorts of different options on here. There's chicken burgers, there's a cauliflower one, there's ones with mushrooms in, with blue cheese, even a Mediterranean one with feta cheese, which sounds pretty interesting. They've done that with beef patty. I think they could have done that with lamb. That would have been more interesting, wouldn't it? And there's a lobster roll for £55 too. You can get salads here. There's a Caesar salad, there's a Hellfire chicken salad, and then there's desserts and stuff as well if you want that sort of thing. Anyway, my coffee milkshake has just been put on my table. Let's give that a try. Here's my coffee shake. It looks quite nice and thick. Not the biggest. I mean, it's a tall glass. It's very, very thin, almost like a sort of giant champagne flute. So this is £12, as I said. Seems a bit strong for a milkshake, doesn't it? And it doesn't have a huge coffee aroma right from the outset. So anyway, we'll give it a try. I think the consistency is quite good. They should be drinkable right from the outset. Sometimes shakes are a bit thick, aren't they? This just has a nice consistency. You know what, that's not bad. With the taste, it does have a reasonably good coffee flavour. I'd say the consistency is quite nice. But you know what? I don't think it's any better than the coffee milkshake I had in McDonald's in Hungary. I really don't. It is tasty, don't get me wrong. But is it 12 quid tasty? I don't think so. Okay, it's getting pretty busy in here now. Pretty much every table is full. And we are, what, 12:30? So, we're going to get on with it and try and free the table up for someone else, maybe. We're going to start with the fries. Now, these just look like regular fries. I mean, they almost look like McDonald's fries, don't they? Now, these come with a house ketchup. So, hopefully that's going to be good. Quite herby. Almost like a sort of marinara sauce. The fries aren't bad. They're not the best I've ever had by any stretch. They're reasonably crispy. But they don't seem to be seasoned. There's no salt on them. A little bit of green herb has been dusted over the top. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe a bit of parsley. But they're obviously looking after my blood pressure by not salting the fries. So it's hard to tell how much of a portion is in there because it's in this weird conical shape, as you can see there. I mean, they're okay. Like I say, by no means the worst fries I've ever had, but by no means the best either. And at £9.50 a portion, £9.50 for a portion of fries. I don't know, I just expected to be wowed a bit more. Okay, onion ring time, folks. Now these are pretty giant, it has to be said. But I don't know if you can see, or if the camera will pick up on it. It looks really, really greasy. Really greasy. Let's just see if that's a theme all the way down. Nah, maybe it's just this one more. It does come with two different dips here. There's a ranch dressing and a chipotle ketchup. We're going to try it on its own first. That's really greasy. It's a very thick piece of onion inside. I've got grease all over my hands here. I say the onion itself inside is a nice thick piece. Almost so thick that it hasn't cooked properly. It does have a lot of bite to it. But again, No seasoning. I can't taste any seasoning in the batter. Can't taste any seasoning on the onion. Let's try it with this ranch dip. I mean, that's not too bad. Try that again. It's got a bit of dill or something in it. You can see the onion here. I hold it up closer. Like I say, the onion itself is fine. It's just that batter. So oily. Let's try this chipotle ketchup. Not sure I can tell much difference between that and the house ketchup, to be honest. Let's try it with a fry and see if I can pick up that chipotle flavour at all. Chipotle should be a kind of a smoky, gentle-ish warmth. Just tastes exactly the same as the other one. Exactly the same. So much so, I would say they are the same. Yeah, onion rings, £10 for a portion. You get 5 pieces. I'm not even sure how many of them I'm going to be able to eat, unless I can find them with a bit less oil on them. That's really quite disappointing. Okay, a little slurp of the milkshake again. Which I have to say, even though I don't think it's really much better than the one I had in the McDonald's in Hungary, is probably the favourite thing I've tried so far. Now, the burger here is a very tall burger. You can see that here. Okay. Now, the problem with burgers when they make them taller rather than wider is they're really hard to eat, aren't they? Because, you know, I'm not a python. I can't dislocate my jaw and eat it. So, it comes with a little Gordon Ramsay, I don't know what that is, a little stick just to hold it together. The bun is nicely glazed with black and white sesame seeds on there. And inside, some very fresh looking salad, it has to be said. One patty covered in cheese and a bun. So, I think probably the best thing to do, they've given me this knife here, is I'm going to cut it in half and show you a cross section of it. And we'll see how it looks inside. Again, getting in a right old mess. Can't take me anywhere, can you? So here's the burger in cross section. Obviously I'm holding it upside down, so that doesn't help, but you can see the burger there, the patty, the salad, there's burger sauce. It looks a reasonably juicy burger, it has to be said. Not dry. I'm not sure how the bun is going to hold up to it though. The bun feels very kind of soft. I think it's like a brioche type bun. And once they get, you know, the moisture from the food on there, they just disintegrate, don't they? So I think I'm just going to have to go for this. Let's give it a try. So I have to say the bun I'm not a fan of. It's almost disintegrating already. The salad is nice and fresh. Absolutely no doubt about that. And the burger sauce is okay. Now the pickled cucumber, let's give that a proper try. Reasonably lightly pickled. To be honest, I prefer a bigger vinegary hit, like from a proper gherkin. The patty itself, ever so slightly pink in the middle. Now, we weren't given an option on how this could be cooked. A lot of higher end burger places will ask you if you want it pink, whether you want it well done or something in between. This just is how it comes. It's an okay burger. Not much more than an okay burger though. Thank you. an indication of how greasy, how sloppy everything is. I was just eating this here, and the serveress has come over and dumped a load of extra napkins on the table, little paper ones, because she realises the fabric one I've got here is not going to do the job by itself. I mean, if I got a burger like this for a tenner somewhere, 12 maybe, at like a food market, street food, yeah, I'd be happy enough with it. This is twice that price. It's just not worth that. Absolutely not. The cheese I cannot even taste. It looks like it's just there for decoration, just for colour. I say the bun, you can feel toasting on the outside of it. It has been toasted, but as soon as they put sauces and wet ingredients like salad into it, all that toasting goes away and it's just becoming like a soggy mess. Yeah. And again, it's just too sloppy. Getting me in a real mess. Well, I don't know what to say. Again, I don't know what this is going to come to in total. I'd say the burger I know is 25, the fries are best part of a tenner, the onion rings best part of a tenner. So that's 45, milkshake, 12, 57 quid so far. Plus, undoubtedly, we're in London, we're in Harrods, there's going to be a service charge, isn't there? So if I come out of this with change out of 65 quid, I'll be amazed. Just to demonstrate what I mean about how oily these onion rings are, can you see there? At the bottom of the onion rings, that is just a pool of grease that's dripping off of them. That is just beyond. £10 for 5 onion rings, and they're like this. Gordon Ramsay, would you eat these? Be honest. Unbelievable news, folks. I've found something that's been seasoned. The tomato inside the burger does have a salty taste. It's the one thing that actually had some seasoning. Why would you season just the tomato and not the fries? You know what, the more time I'm spending eating this, the more annoyed I'm getting. This is probably the most expensive meal I've ordered on the channel, I would say. And for the money, one of the most disappointing. Anyway, I'm going to finish what I want to eat here, and we'll go downstairs and we'll talk about it after. So it's a pretty good guess, wasn't it, for the bill? I said it's about 65 quid. £64 and 56 pence. What I did notice, look, table 13. Unlucky for some. So before I do my final summing up, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of that. Do you think that was worth £65 of anybody's money? I'll be interested to know your comments. Let me know what you think. Greeno is not a happy bunny, it has to be said. 65 quid for burger, chips, onion rings and a milkshake. That's strong, isn't it? I know you're paying for the Gordon Ramsay name, but you're not paying for the Gordon Ramsay quality. Those onion rings were absolutely awful. Awful. Greasy, not seasoned, just unpleasant. Unpleasant. The fries were okay. No real complaints about them. Were they £9.50's worth of fries? Absolutely not. The ketchup, it was okay. Like I say, it was like a kind of like a marinara sauce. The sauces that went with the onion rings, actually, it was supposed to be a chipotle ketchup. That was indistinguishable from the other sauce. The ranch dressing was okay. The milkshake, I quite enjoyed, actually. For me, that was probably the highlight of the whole thing. £12, coffee milkshake. Like I said, it was pretty good. Comparable with the one I got in McDonald's in Hungary. But that one wasn't 12 quid. Onto the burger itself. £25 for that burger. I mean, the patty, yeah, patty was good-ish, nice and thick, quite juicy, not very well seasoned again though. The cheese that was all over the top of it, couldn't taste it at all. It was just there for decoration, it looked pretty, tasted of absolutely nothing. The salad was nice and fresh. The tomato was the only thing in the whole meal that was actually seasoned. The sauce, yeah, it was okay. I have to say, I'm really disappointed. I was coming in looking forward to this. For me, I thought this is an accessible way for people to get some of that Gordon Ramsay quality. I mean, 65 quid for a burger, chips, onion rings and a drink is not cheap, but it's certainly cheaper than a lot of other Gordon Ramsay outlets you can go to. But it's just not worth it. People talk about rip-off Rick, don't they? Rick Stein, rip-off Rick. Well, this is definitely rip-off Ramsay. 65 quid, outrageous. What I will say, there are a couple of positives. The restaurant itself is very nice. The seating areas are good, it's got a nice ambience, and the servers in there were fabulous. My server, Rafaela, went over and above to make sure that I was looked after. I had everything I wanted. She was bringing me extra napkins when she saw I was getting a bit greasy from those onion rings. She was great. The food, however, utterly disappointing. Absolute rip-off. Don't waste your money. There are plenty of better places in London you can get a burger for a fraction of this price. Go and do that. If you've enjoyed this look at the Gordon Ramsay Burger restaurant in Harrods, why not consider clicking the thumbs up on there for me? It does help with the channel, and if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, why not consider clicking the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss any more content that comes up on the channel. And while you're at it, why not share it as well? You know what, I need the views on this one. I've got 65 quid to try and recoup. It's a lot of YouTube ad revenue to do that. Anyway, I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.